All right, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Jab Podcast. We back with Jab episode 147. Some combo breaker 99.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy P.
And yes, we are back. We're back with another episode. And of course, we got to talk about this, P. It's been a minute, and this is the biggest fight everybody want to see. We've heard dates, we've heard many a thing about this fight, and we might as well call this part one because we're gonna be talking about this fight until it really happens. But you know what it is,
Yeah.
man. Spence Crawford. First off, P, what's your thoughts been? Just like since we've been on a hiatus, like as a whole, like if you could just like describe your thoughts on like this roller coaster with the process of this fight. What's that been like, man?
Well, I mean, honestly, Ant, I gotta take them back a little bit. And if you go back to some of our older podcasts, we've been talking about this fight for years now, Ant. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes.
We've been talking about this fight literally for years, and I'm sure other people have too. So it's kind of like it's old to me, Ant. You feel me? So I, 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 I'm excited, but not excited because nothing has been made official. You know what I mean? They haven't really been going at it in a way that, because nothing is official yet. It's just been so I just been kind of just in the balance, to be honest, man. Hanging in the balance like most of us day to day is new information coming out about the fight. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to make of it, bro. I don't know what to make of it, to be honest.
Right.
Just to say that.
And you know what I've been thinking about it too, like for a fight that everybody on YouTube is talking about, like we never see these two really cross paths. Like, back in the day when fights were about to come along, like we would always see these fighters like almost interacting, you know what I mean? Like, or popping up somewhere where that fighter is. Like, that's how they used to promote, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen these two, well, with the help of social media today, everybody's on Twitter, that kind of cuts that out, but you don't really see that type of interaction anywhere. Like and it don't even got to be like you going to the gym when he's training. Like you don't see them at the fights together either. You know what I mean? Like they don't really turn up at the same fights like they used to.
Well, we got that one video footage of when they met up, and that's years ago, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's years ago. It's like since then, now that the fight is closer, no, they haven't been crossing paths. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was premature in the game back then, and they crossed paths and went and was verbally sparring, and that's that was exciting. You know what I mean?
Right.
People still playing footage till today. You know what I'm saying?
Even when Porter fought Crawford and Spence was there, I don't know if I ever got a chance to ask you, how did you feel when they didn't even do a in the ring type of thing at that time, man?
I mean, I thought it was odd. I thought it was odd, Ant, because that was the perfect stage for it. I mean, I don't know what to make of it, Ant. I can't understand why that wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Errol should have been front and center, ready to step in there and give people that first look of that. You know what I'm saying? Them two in the ring, you know what I'm saying, agreeing to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to make of that, dude. I don't. He was at the fight. They spotlighted him. You know what I'm saying? Brought attention to him. So I don't know, bro. I really don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that right there kind of, once again, it kind of put me in a light where I had to think about it too again. Like, as much as everybody's saying this is going to happen, it's going to happen. Like, you would think that they would go ahead and kind of let you, or they would size each other up, because that's what all of this work they're doing is leading towards, undisputed, right?
Absolutely.
So it's kind of weird that just didn't happen. So all the way back to that point, and that was almost a year ago, it kind of had me always just wondering, like what is it they know that we don't know, and what do they not want us to know when we already know that these two are the best in the division. Like, why is it still there's some type of disconnect? Don't you feel that way? Like they're in the
Yeah,
same division, but there's
listen,
still like this big
yeah,
disconnect with them.
the- why I don't know, but they've agreed to everything. We both heard them say, "I want him next." We just didn't see him in the ring together, but in separate
Hmm.
instances, we both heard them say, "This is the fight I want next. This is the fight I want next." This, they have agreed in that point. So, but it's still like I don't know the powers to be. I don't know what it is. It's something that's not transition. I mean, come on, Wilder fought Tyson Fury 3 times. Three
Hmm.
times. I mean, it's like we seeing fights getting made with a snap of a finger, but then you talk about these guys and it can't get. I can't believe that it can't get made, bro. I can't believe that it can't get made. You know what I'm saying? You talking about two American fighters and the fight can't get made. There's no visas, no crazy,
Hmm.
situations going on. So I don't get it. And almost saying it's like I don't know if it's the fighters, but they gotta realize right now they got lightning in the bottle and this won't be forever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the world in awe waiting to see y'all two perform. You should feel honored, you should be honored, you know what I'm saying, and ready to get it on. But
Hmm.
you're right, it's some disconnect there. I can't understand. It seemed like the fight would generate money, so the business part would be there. And it looked like it would be a good fight. But like you said, it's something that they know that we don't know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And Mayweather kind of let us know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
he
kind of
did.
let us, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and with since you bring up Mayweather, Floyd and Manny, everybody was rushing that fight, but honestly, I feel more of a disconnect with Spence Crawford. Like they say, Floyd Manny took about 6 years. Well, personally, from 2009, 2010 up to maybe like 13, I was kind of fine with where Floyd was going with his career. I was kind of following his career and Manny. I was fine with where they were going. Sure, I could have seen the fight, and I knew eventually it would happen because you would still see them interact. So I was like, I'm cool with it because even like you said, the actual outcome of the fight, I liked it because I knew that's what was going to happen. You know, but this one here, man, it almost seemed like these two guys on just two different planets sometimes. Like, Spence is,
And
on Mars right now. You got Crawford on Venus, and it's like almost impossible to, get anywhere near putting these guys in the middle on one planet. You know what I mean? Like for some reason, it's just like almost kind of weird like that because every time you think you're getting closer, there's something you didn't know, and it's just a bunch of hearsay.
yeah, and the thing about the Manny and Floyd was a big issue was the Manny not wanting to get the needle situation. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we at
Right.
least we did have that to say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, with this we don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the accident just happened. Earl done fought a couple times since the accident. It's not like the accident just happened. What is it? What is it? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And so, like I was saying on my YouTube, man, it's just it's hard being a boxing fan, man. It's a love hate relationship because definitely love the sport, got love for it, but sometimes it can turn you red with just the stuff that's going on right now. What we talking about? You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you this: like, with all of this going on, I think I can say this for a fact. I think because the average boxing fan gets so emotional, even like all these other boxing channels, they get emotional, and they get so ready to just point fingers and name call the fighters. I know I can understand that Spence and Crawford are not scared of each other. I think we can establish that these two are not scared of each other. What I think is it all just comes down to money at this point. So, you can't really, I'm gonna look at it on this side. You can't really blame them for wanting to get everything they can from this fight, though, right?
Right,
You
right.
can't, yeah, you can't really blame them for wanting to correct the past mistakes you've seen other fighters do. Like, you've seen fighters in the past have the biggest fights of their career, big to the fans, but they walk away broke, right? So I can see and understand if it is like a money thing, you know. So I can accept that if they working on it behind the scenes, but the fans, I think, that promote it or think they are promoted, I think they kind of need to take a back seat sometime and just say, you know, well, let's just let this thing run its course behind the scenes instead of, you know, trying to blame somebody here. Like, don't you feel that way? Like, there's too many fans just trying to point the finger at the fighter. They're not understanding the business behind this too.
Yeah, well, you know, man, that's the entertainment of it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I mean, the entertainment of the blog world. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, you're gonna hear everything under the sun. And you know, the crazy thing is people buying into the stuff, ain't you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Some of these people got a huge following. You know what I'm saying? And they hanging on everything that these people say. But at the end of the day, like you just said, you know, that's why I say people running with this narrative, so and so ducking so and so. In this case, I can't see either man being scared of the other man.
mm-hmm.
Now, but in the same token, both men are very aware of the skill set of the other man. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's a mutual respect. You know what I mean? I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
mutual respect. And, you know, they kind of already agreed that, yeah, this is the fight that they want next. And at the end of the day, too, Ant, neither one of them can become undisputed without one another.
Right.
And it's nowhere else really for them to go. You know what I mean? I mean, who is Earl gonna fight that we really want to see him fight? Who is Terence gonna fight that they would have to move up and wait, and that's a whole nother scenario. So honestly, you know, I get they trying to get everything for the fight, but they kind of backing themselves in the corner. You know, Terence what just turned 36.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He about to be out the ring for what? And over a year. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Time is ticking, and you know, hey, the first fight you might not get everything, but this is a possible trilogy.
Yeah. Okay.
Easy.
Yeah. Crawford is 35. Yeah, and yeah, Spence, he's 32.
He
So
just
yeah.
turned 35.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what Crawford just had a birthday. He just turned 35. So I'm just saying, I mean, he hitting the glory days of you know, a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm just saying, man, the time is now. They got the world by the balls right now, and we don't know how long the fans gonna want to wait. We got boots in this. We got new fresh talent coming up down the pipe too. So you know, y'all got the world at the standstill. Go ahead and capitalize on this because it ain't guaranteed tomorrow. Look at Earl. He damn near killed himself in the car. It ain't
Man,
guaranteed.
almost lost
It ain't
you know,
guaranteed.
his vision too. You
Yeah.
know.
So this stuff is not guaranteed, man. You got people willing to make X amount of dollars, and yeah, you know, if the money is holding up, then by all means, you know what I mean? Like the bread gotta be right. But I think they dropping, you know, nice numbers on them. I don't know the exact figures, but you know, they know that Terrence and Earl know what this fight is kind of worth. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying?
Oh
You
yeah.
can't
Mm-hmm.
go, man, here's a million. No, you know what I mean? So that possibly could be what it is, though, Ant, because that is a deal breaker. If the money ain't right, you know, I'm not going in there and risk my life for and the money ain't right. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, shit. These clean fighters, but you still worry about risking your life with this skill set. You know what I'm saying? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, you know what I mean? It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy because, like I say, man, the people, you know, want this fight so bad. It's rare that I seen this. People wanted Manny and Floyd, but this fight seemed to be touching other people. And I hear different people talking about Spence and Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Different people. You know, it's
Yeah.
like transcending to different people, different types of people or whatever. So it's definitely interesting in that way how many people are interested in this fight. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. we like everybody else saying, just sitting back on our hands, just waiting like a hungry puppy. That's all we can do,
Right.
you know. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, and that's how I feel too, man. It's just I think it's to the point, yeah, like you said, the bloggers, everybody out there, the YouTubers, they're gonna do what they do to kind of, and you can't, like I said, you get annoyed because it's like the fight isn't happening yet, but everybody's talking it up. But you kind of have to give them props too because they're trying their best to keep it alive, And every time you come
Yeah.
with something new, it keeps Spence and Crawford's name alive. So
Absolutely. Because think,
yeah,
ESPN ain't doing this to
yeah,
all day long. You know
nope,
what I'm
nope.
saying?
Mm-mm.
These major sports networks are not doing this all day long. They might
Mm-mm.
mention, Crawford and Spence, but they're
Mm-hmm.
not doing this all day long. You know, you got the bloggers. We update every couple hours. You know,
Right.
we on it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And boxers gotta look at that. You know what I mean? This quote unquote new media is really
Mm-hmm.
got the sport still alive today because the new generation don't know about the old fighters. They don't really have that instilled love that carried us over. And we got love for fighters that carried us over through the dry spells in boxing. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But
Right.
this new
Yeah.
generation don't have that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they don't have that. So, they got Jake Paul, which it is what it is. He found a lane and he doing what he can do, but that's not real boxing, dude. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not
So
the sweet science.
yeah, that's why I say it does, still hold some weight when your name can be put out there by all these bloggers because it's just like Spencer's last tweet when he says the fight is happening next. That's all you need to know. You know, his fan base is going to get it, but the YouTube channels out there, they're going to put it out there to let people know that Spence is still thinking about this fight. He's putting it out there. So
Yeah.
that is some type of news that needs to be spread around to tell people. So yeah, I have no issues with it, being put out there, Spence Crawford names, you hear it at least every day because ESPN's not doing it, nobody's gonna be doing it. The big
Right.
networks, they're not doing it. So yeah, you need these little networks on YouTube and then the bigger
Yeah.
ones. So with them out there, that's keeping their name alive is, even though a lot of people don't want to admit it, but they are a big part of it. So, when you hear video about Spence Crawford, I'm fine with it. The thing that just gets me is I don't want people to keep changing the narrative and jumping ship and saying it's Crawford's fault or Spence's fault at this point. Because I personally
Right.
don't think it's the fighter's fault. I think it's the powers that be, man. It's the men signing the checks. It's the Al Haymans that want to make sure the money's right, which I understand. It's the city where they want to have the fight. All these hotels and venture, all of these places in Vegas. They have to make sure the money that they invest is paid back. You know what I mean? So
Right.
there's just so many people behind the scenes that have money invested that you have to understand like it's not just depending on one fighter's backbone here. You know what I mean? You can't just say, oh, this one said this amount of money is not enough and he doesn't want to fight. Okay, so he's scared. It depends more on the fighter's ego now. Like,
Yeah, of course, man. But people, they gonna run with any narrative
yeah,
they can. At the end of the day, people don't know what the hell they talking about. Look, if they knew what they was talking about, they would have fought already if we listened to them. So I'm
right.
just saying, like that's part. Uh, it's like the fighters. They got to take the good with the bad. Yeah, the bloggers gonna lie on you. They gonna say anything, but in the same token, they keeping your name alive. So, we take it with that. It is a few guys that do like to be diligent with their research and really do quality work, that we can kind of rely on. Then you got some people that just garbage, I'm sorry to say it's just
Yeah,
garbage.
yeah,
So it's just part of the game. Unfortunately we got both. But when people saying it's somebody's fault and they don't even know that person, that how much validity could that really have? You know what I'm saying? It's
yes, that's
one
what
thing
I'm saying.
if you in their camp and you saying, "Oh, this is," but these people, Errol and Terence don't know these people.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So, but I understand what you're saying. But I see it. I just scroll on past it. The amazing thing to me is they do have people just buying into that stuff and eating it up. You feel me?
Yeah,
Eating it up.
it's
So,
mm,
so sometimes it make you think that what do the people want? Do they want the solid stuff or do they want, a whole
mm-hmm.
bunch of filler? So
Yeah.
you just you don't know, man. You don't know sometimes that because people
It's
say I
funny.
love boxing, but that's not loving boxing if that's how you feel. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Because you're not really showing your loyalty to the ones that are getting into the ring. You're just so quick to turn your back on them and say they're not giving me what I want, and they're not, fighting when I say so, and they're not making my sources reliable. So I don't like this person. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like
Mm-hmm.
people quick to jump the ship on these certain fighters, man. Like I'll give you an example, man. With MMA, I was covering one of the women's fights. You know, the Chinese girl Zhang Wei Li. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, she wants to fight the champion Carla Esparza. So the girl Carla says, I have to have surgery in like I think no, Whaley wanted to fight in October, but she's like, I have to have surgery, so I'll probably fight you in November, December. Lo and behold, somebody comes out with a video and says Carla doesn't want to fight and she's scared.
Right.
I'm like, good gosh, man. I'm
Right.
like, didn't you
Right.
just hear what the girl said? Like, she
Right.
said she's the champion. She calls the shot. So she's like, I want to fight in November, December. Like, what's wrong with that? And then somebody makes a video and says a girl is scared. So I'm like, the stuff like that is just, too much sometimes.
It is, man. It is. It definitely is. But and in the market, people don't realize they think that this is only one or two boxing blogs. This is big business. It's countless number of blogs, people doing this. So it's like, we gotta cut through the fluff and get to the quality. You still got people clickbaiting. You got people trying to make their stuff stand out. You know what I'm saying? By maybe saying something controversial, but then you get into the video and it could be something different. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's out there, and it's probably only going to get worse. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
anybody
Yeah.
could pick up and become a blogger. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could become a blogger. So unfortunately, we do got people that probably don't need to be in the game, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But we just gotta keep just trying to give them quality and go from there, bro. To be honest, but you're absolutely right. People just they saying any damn thing, eh? It
Anything.
been everybody's fault. It been Terence fault. It been Errol fault. It been Al Heyman fault. It been Floyd Mayweather fault. It been everybody's fault, eh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
It's
going
been the day of the week.
the Floyd thing just made me laugh because I was like, even people were saying Floyd wanted to announce the fight. That's why, it's not going to happen now because people said that, he didn't get
Bro.
to announce
That's
it.
why.
So
Yes, bro.
little
Yeah, I
stuff like
mean,
that, man. I'm like, you just, I think there comes a point when certain fights like this, you just have to sit back and just let it, let it be worked out the way it's supposed to be. Like at this point, I think it probably won't happen till like January. What do you think? Like January, February?
I got my fingers crossed, man. I got my fingers crossed, man.
Mhm.
Both of them said that the fight was probably gonna happen this year, and I kind of was rolling with that. I don't know if you saw
Mhm.
that footage, but both of them said out their mouth that
Yeah, I
the
did.
fight was gonna happen this year.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They wanted to fight this year, so this year came and almost went. So hopefully January, February, they got everything eked out, and we can get it done because I'm sure they want to do a nice press tour.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I hope so, man. I
Yeah.
just don't know what to think at this point, man. I don't, and I'm like, yo, I just don't know, bro.
Man.
you know,
Oh, let me
look,
ask you
I
a little.
love boxing. I
Yeah,
don't
they
have
do.
faith in boxing though, man. You know what I mean? It's a difference.
No,
I
no.
got love for the sport. I don't got faith in the sport though. So
Mm-mm.
I don't know what's gonna happen, man.
You know, it's like a family member. You know, there's certain ones you love them, but you be like, oh man, I know this is gonna slip up on me again, man. Especially like this
Yeah,
sport.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I say it's the love hate relationship. You
Yeah.
know, we gonna be mad and then come fight night. Everybody gonna be happy as hell. You know,
Mm-hmm.
all the hate, all the stuff gonna be out the window. We just ready for the fight. So I'm just waiting for that night, and
Yeah.
hopefully it comes soon. To just cause in the same token, you know, we understand that a fight of this magnitude has to be built up and stuff, but we do want to see them at their best.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Mm-hmm.
just said, Crawford's 35, Spencer's 32.
Mm-hmm.
If they not at the best right now, win then, You know what I'm saying? Win.
Right. Right.
So it's just a lot of factors saying now was the time for y'all. Y'all got the attention of the world. Y'all might not have the attention of the world tomorrow, You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's just, like I say, go ahead, get a 2-3 fight deal and make some decent money. And after that, maybe y'all can retire. I don't know what y'all want to do after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I could definitely see a nice 3 fight deal, 3 nice paydays. Y'all gonna work for them. It's gonna be 3 hard fights on both
Yeah.
ends, but this is what the people want. This is what y'all say y'all want. It's for undisputed. You know what I mean? The first fight, somebody's gonna be undisputed. Somebody ain't gonna be undisputed. They wanted to be undisputed.
Yeah.
So I mean, you get a rematch, you get a chance to become. So it's so many reasons to just do it, it's so many reasons to just do it, bro. You feel me?
You know what's
So
crazy is in the UFC, Figueredo and Moreno, they about to run it back for the fourth time in January.
it's stuff like that, bro. Stuff like that. I mean, even like I say, you got other fighters in boxing who we see fight. I mean, look at Kambosos and Haney. He not only he had to go across the pond, went over there by
Mm-hmm.
himself, fought, won the belt, became
About to do,
undisputed, came back. Now got a rematch in a couple of weeks.
yep, got to do it next Saturday. Exactly. Yeah, like
So
we
I
said,
mean, come
Wilder
on, bro.
Fury three
It's
times. All of this, it's just too much, man.
shit is happening, man. It ain't like stuff not happening. Stuff is happening, bro.
And
You know what I'm saying?
it
It's
can
just
happen.
it's this particular fight,
Yeah,
from the wrong side of the street to everything. It's okay. What next? What next? And I'm not saying when Errol Spence said that probably was a point of contention dealing with Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
yeah,
disputing that. But okay, iron all this shit out and let's just do it, What else need to be ironed out? I mean, from and listen, I'm coming from a fan standpoint that a regular person to make regular money, to work hard, to have to buy a pay-per-view when I do, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it's just like, I mean, that's another thing of it. And these jokers is millionaires. We regular people, going out doing regular 9 to 5s, working hard, and not saying they don't work hard, but they getting rewarded heavily too for working hard, and it's just like, we the ones supporting them, man.
yeah,
Al Heyman ain't supporting them. I mean, he's supporting them, but the fans is generous putting up the money. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah. The fans,
So
they're
it's
rewarding
just,
them like 100 times over. So
yeah, I mean, from that standpoint, think about y'all fans, man. I mean, I get, because some people could look at it and say they being selfish, man. They being selfish because this fight is for the boxing world, dude. Y'all happen to be
mhm,
two of the top competitors. This is going in the history books. This ain't about Terence Crawford or Errol Spence personally, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? We want to see y'all in there together. You know what I'm saying? And
mhm.
see how it turn out. So,
Yeah, because
it's
just
just
like
so many
every
ways you can
era,
look at it.
yeah, every era had like some great rivalry or fight, and they want to be able to look back and say, well, in the 2020s there was this match, and they want to be able to compare it to that. But how's that going to look when you had the two potential fighters, but you got to skip over it because it never happened, you know,
Right, for no legitimate reason, man.
for no
You know what
reason.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? No legitimate reason. You know what I mean? Errol flipped out a damn Ferrari and was able to come back and fight. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right.
And you
Right.
gonna tell me you can't sign two healthy fighters,
Yeah.
same weight class, both undefeated and stuff like that? Ain't just the way to start. They both undefeated. They hitting that most potent point in their career, undefeated. What got three belts, one belt? It's so many reasons just for them to just to do it, bro.
Yeah.
And like the time is kind of like now. I mean, and I get, things got to be mapped out, but I mean, years can't go by. Years can't go by, bro. You
Man.
know what I'm saying? Years can't go by. Because in my opinion, then you putting Terence Crawford at a big advantage. I mean, he already 4 years older. What? I mean, 3 years older than
Yeah. About 3 years older. Yeah.
Spence. So I mean, it's just the time is now. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just so many reasons. Man. This fight can be bigger than Manny and Floyd. They was way bigger stars than both of them. Stuff like
Yeah.
that, eh? It
Yeah.
was way bigger. Manny was an international star, and they made that fight. You can't tell me that this shit is like you said. That what do they know that we don't know, bro? You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. This literally gets you frustrated even just talking about it, bro. On the mic, I ain't lying.
It does, man. It's because you just look at it. It's like even when you look at their Twitter followers, like I'm looking at now, like they're not too far from each other. Spence got a little bit more, but it's like what's making you say this person really, really stands out more when they really both need each other. You know what I mean? Like what can't you
Absolutely,
agree
bro.
on at this point? Like,
Absolutely, absolutely.
you know,
I
like
cannot figure it out. But listen, if you technically want to say both of y'all resumes are not comparable to the old
Manny or
fighters,
Floyd. Yeah.
yeah, they ain't comparable to that.
Mm-mm.
Y'all need each other, bro. Neither one of y'all have necessarily been solidified in the way of like having that career defining fight that, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Terence Crawford got hella accolades, you know what I'm saying? But he still don't really have that career defining
Mm-mm.
fight. You know what
Mm-mm.
I'm saying?
No, because I mean, when you look at Floyd, you go, "Oh man, Diego Corrales," Castillo.
Yeah,
You'd
you
be
can go
like,
down the line. Go down
yeah.
the
Then you'd be
line,
like,
bro.
"Oh, you'd be like Manny and Floyd both whoop De La Hoya." You know what I mean? And Ricky Hat.
Hey,
It's just like all the
hey,
names is like
he
like
fought the
highlight.
young boys. He fought the old boys. He fought this. He did this. Fought the young
Yeah.
Canelo.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, bro.
And in the meantime, Floyd actually like evolved into like these two different fighters when he was throughout his career. Like we still haven't seen either one of these guys really have to evolve. What about you? Did you ever notice that? Like these are good guys, but have you ever seen them have to make the changes like Floyd has, like become from that offensive fighter to a decent defensive fighter?
No, I mean, I haven't really seen none of the new age fighters
Mm-hmm.
necessarily do that, and I probably would say is due to the competition. Floyd fought everything under the sun, so
Yeah.
it was times he had to figure out a new way. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, for him particularly, and then just all of the older guys, they were fighting top tier competition that made them have to do that. Floyd said, "Hey, if I want longevity in this game, my hands keep breaking. I got to figure out another way." You know what I mean? But these guys, it don't even seem like they got to think about anything like that. You feel me?
No, they
It's
don't.
hard just to get them in the ring, bro. It's hard just to get them in the ring twice a year.
Yeah, this generation, it's hard to just get them to stay active. Like you say, yeah, when you don't stay active, then you don't really have a chance to change or no reason to change, evolve.
Right,
So, you
right.
know.
You know what I'm saying?
But when you brought up
Absolutely.
the fight, I wanted to ask you because you said you did a video on your channel too. But I mean, did you want to go in a little bit about that? About now that it's been this many years with Crawford being 35 and Spence being 32, like you want to talk about the hype a little bit behind it, man? Like, what was the title of your video again?
But well, for me, man, like I said, we forced to just sit and wait. There's nothing we could do about it. So
Yeah,
I just wanted to have a little bit of fun with us having to wait. And I was just wondering, is it any way that this fight won't live up to the hype? You know, the world is waiting for this fight. You know, is it possible come fight night the world will be disappointed, eh?
mm-hmm. Hmm. You know,
I
it's
mean, what could possibly happen to make the well, like I said, if it's a high level chess match for 12 rounds, then people gonna be disappointed, eh?
right.
People gonna be
Right.
disappointed. If it's a high level chess match for 12 rounds, people gonna be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
The
Well,
boxing purists, the real hard diehard fans, they probably enjoy something like that. But the
yeah.
casual fans and a lot of the fans, they gonna be disappointed.
Who do you? Well, let me ask this: like, who should we really be worried about not being entertained at this point? Because the casual fans, they weren't entertained by Floyd and Manny. Like people that didn't even know who they were wanted to see them, but when they didn't know how it would turn out and they seen the outcome, they weren't really pleased. Like, so when it comes down to it, what do you think? Like casual fans, they're gonna be here whether they know the names or not. Really, right? They'll come for the big fight, so
Yeah,
there'll
yeah,
be a
yeah.
good crop
I
of them
mean,
coming along.
it's just it's just probably extra money, ain't you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just
Yeah.
extra money, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Just from that standpoint. But outside of that, yeah, they fair weather fans. They not legitimate
Mhm.
fans, but I do believe when you can get their interest into a fight, then it stands to make more money. You know what I'm
True.
saying? I
That's
mean, look at
true.
the YouTube thing. Look at every YouTube fan is not a boxing fan, but look what they created now.
Mhm.
They want to support their YouTuber, so guess what they watching now? Boxing.
They watching it. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, that's something I never thought would exist, but 2022. I mean, it's going on now. Once since when? Like 2017, 18, I think is when Jake Paul had his first fight or whatever. I don't know, but I'm just saying they created a market and where the casual fans will come out for that one night. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah. They will.
And
Yeah.
and make some big money. So I mean, I guess the powers that be are looking at that. And you got Ryan Garcia. I don't know how many boxing like fans he got. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But he got hella fans. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if they male, female. I don't know if they like the way he looked, the way he fight. But he got a lot of fans, and I doubt if they diehard boxing fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah.
So it's interesting in that way. Same way De La Hoya, he had all them women coming to the fight. They could care less probably about the fight, who were they just wanted to see De La Hoya, but that
Mhm.
dude equals dollar signs, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
do it do, bring the bucks in, so but it's a thin line of that, and because I mean you don't play boxing. This ain't nothing to come in there trying to be cute now and you get your head knocked off. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's not nothing like that, but you know,
What do you
a
think though?
fighter,
Like,
I guess he can.
yeah, with the hype, I don't with the how guys fight now sometimes on this level, like yeah, that kind of question does come up about the hype, especially when you're talking casual fans. But like, if you could measure it, is there a fight you think you could compare it to in the past? Then, like, or should we even try to do that?
Yeah, and like and when I'm saying the hype too, man, I mean like legitimate hype, not is this like just, you know, people making this bigger than what it is? You know what I'm saying? No, the hype
Mm-hmm.
behind this fight is real. You know what I mean? Just, you know, come fight night, what happens if all these thoughts we've been running through our heads, none of them play out during the fight night? You know what I'm saying? But
You know, like you mean if so and so doesn't show up to the standard that we thought he was at, right?
absolutely, absolutely,
Right.
that, you know, absolutely, you know, I mean, and I mean, if this fight went one round, I mean, I think people would probably be a little disappointed.
Oh yeah, I
You
would be
know,
disappointed if
I
anybody
seriously
gets.
doubt something like that would happen. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you know, things of that nature. We waited 5 years
Mm-hmm.
and the fight went one round and no rematch clause, and you know, it's things that could leave a bitter taste
Mm-hmm.
in the fans' mouth. But when I say hype, I'm not talking about like fluff. This is the hype behind the fight is real. People want to see
Mm-hmm.
this. These are two
Yeah.
of the best welterweights in the game. I mean, they got all the belts, so it's like they're undefeated. So the hype is not fake hype. It's hype is real with them. You know what I'm saying? But just saying, if the fight don't live up to all these accolades that they got behind their names, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
So what do you think? Like, if we get a 12-round decision, say like Jermaine Taylor versus Bernard Hopkins, we get like a fight like that, or we get like a barn burner of 12 rounds. Do you think both of those could mean living up to the hype? Since a 12-round chess match could mean that that's how high level they on, versus somebody getting knocked out like the second round or something, or somebody getting hurt from a body shot before and quit. You know what I mean? Like,
I,
I think to
I
me, a 12-round decision, boring one, would stand higher than somebody getting knocked out with a body shot. To me, I know some people think that's crazy, but if somebody got knocked, well, not even body shot, but let's say somebody just quits after 5 of getting outboxed, to me, that would be awful. That would be awful.
again, to see any of them quit would be awful. But let me tell you too, and a close decision is going to be terrible too, because people are going to still be unsatisfied, bro. You know what I'm
True.
saying?
True.
It's still going to be undivided. It's still going to be
Mm-hmm.
50-50. Have the Spencers against the Crawfords. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. That none of us know, but you know, these just things we figuring from past experiences and stuff like that. But that very well can happen. And if it's a controversial, close fight, I can see melee. It might be a ride in the damn stadium,
Oh
man.
boy.
You feel me?
Like that.
You know,
Remember that Canelo Golovkin fight out in the parking lot?
yeah. We could wind up seeing some stuff like that. Let it be,
Mm.
you know, a close fight, unfortunately. So, you know, like I say, we could talk on this fight for days and days
Oh
until they
yeah.
actually get
Yeah.
to the ring, and you know, but you know, I, 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 it's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say. A knockout would give us a clear, definitive winner without no excuses. Quitting
Right.
would be unacceptable, and that would be disgusting. That's like one of the worst things that could happen is one of these guys quit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, a decision. I would be okay with a close decision, but I'm just saying, as far as the boxing community, people would still be left unsatisfied until they ran it back and you know did whatever. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
fight that we're going to need a clear winner. That close whistle name is not going to be. It's not going to be satisfying to people. They not going to live it down. You know what I mean? It'll be Sugar Ray and Hagler. You know what I mean? It'll be Sugar Ray and Hagler. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Some people thinking this guy won. Some people thinking that guy won, and you know they never rematched it, so we never got to really get a definitive winner in that fight, so to speak. Yeah, Sugar Ray won on paper, but
Mm-hmm.
you know that
We,
left a lot of people, that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. That fight.
oh yeah, it did. Yeah, that one was, the champ included. Hagler also just felt so bad
Yeah,
about that decision. So
yeah,
I'd hate to see something like that, but that do happen. It's like you said, everybody gonna be torn, and you can see video after video of somebody trying to convince you that Spence won or Crawford won, you know. So
Somebody got cheated. This happened. If you look
mm,
right here, this, yeah. So, and that's gonna be annoying to me, man. You know what I mean? Because I mean,
yeah,
at the end of the day, I want to just a clear winner and be able to congratulate him. Yo, he was the better man that night. He undisputed at welterweight. It is what it is, man. You know, I don't want to see no funky stuff going on. You
yeah.
know, we waited too long.
But it's like you
We
said,
waited too long. That's
man.
why I say
Yeah,
the best thing they could do is a 2-3 fight deal. And that's the best thing they
that's the
could do,
best thing to
bro.
do.
That's the
Yeah,
best thing
because
they could do.
yeah, because we're already guaranteed. You know, if they get it right, we guarantee the second fight. So somebody's gonna get their chance. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
And it kind of guaranteed locked them into some activity. We not seeing
Yep.
them
No
year
sitting
after
back.
year. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just, I mean, but I don't know, bro.
Well, shout out to Wilder and Fury again. You know what I mean, for putting on three fights for us. And
Yeah,
Wilder for giving Lewis
with no
Ortiz
problem.
twice. You know, with no problem.
No problems, man. So yeah, that's just a testament that this stuff can be done at, and it's not as hard as some people make it out to be. You know what I'm saying? That we don't know who's to blame over there in this situation. It's a lot of moving pieces. We know that now. You know what I'm saying? But you know, um,
This is the welterweight
at the end of
division
the
too.
day,
Remember that. Like this for the fans. Like y'all remember this is the welterweight division. Remember the heavyweight division used to have this type of power. But like we got a
exactly,
welterweight fight that well, this is the second
exactly.
one. Like the Mayweather Pacquiao was one that took forever, but look how much power Floyd had put in, which is kind of a gift and a curse now. You know what I mean? He kind of put a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
a curse on this division because now every little fight happening takes this long to happen now. It's like, but look, heavyweights division, you got Fury and Wilder knocking each other out. Well, knocking everybody out, but they actually got three fights together where we still haven't got one with this. And then, maybe the Pacquiao never spawned the rematch because it was just so late in the game already, right? So,
Right, right, right. You know what I'm saying? So, um, the ball is in their court, ain't? We
mhm.
just we just sitting back, forced to wait
That's it.
at
Yeah.
their mercy of this particular situation right now, man. So, like I said,
Well,
I
hopefully this picture right here comes to reality, right?
yeah, man. Yeah, why not? Why
Yeah.
not, bro? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Why not? You know?
But yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's all I got on this one, man. 'Cause like I said, it's like a part one. Because I know I might text you one day this week and ask you a question about something about this fight that we need to talk about. I mean,
Yeah, like I said, man, it's I mean, from people who look at it like us, it's very interesting. There's a lot
it
of
is.
layers to the fight. It's very interesting, So, like I say, we could dig deep and talk, for days. And like you say, this is part one. We definitely gotta get the saga with this going on because the
Oh
fight is
yeah,
a saga. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
saga right now. Yeah. I listen. I wish we had started earlier, to be honest, because like I say, we've been talking about this fight for years, ain't?
yeah.
It's,
Yeah, we
it's not
have
new.
behind the scenes.
We've talked about it for years. So
Crawford was working with. I keep forgetting the guy's name from the UFC. One of those guys from his home state.
yeah,
He was
I
there
did
one
see that
night. What's
at
that
one of
guy's
the
name?
UFC fights.
Yeah, I can't remember the
Mm.
white guy's name. He was there and homeboy scored a body shot knockout. So I was like, oh yeah, Crawford been giving this dude jewels.
Yeah,
And
and the
Crawford
and
was
the
there
thing
that night
is,
too.
he is a wrestler.
Yeah,
Few things. He's a very very athletic fella, man. You know what I'm
he
saying?
is
Bud be doing
fascinating,
a
man.
little bit of everything. You know what I'm
Fascinating
saying?
skills. Yeah, like just look at him play
So,
fighting too. Like this dude be out here like, submitting his boys. So I'm like, his grappling, he must got a little bit of a grappling background too. I was like, yeah, this guy, he's
yeah.
definitely a fighter. He's definitely a fighter.
So, um, Yeah, man. But that's a beautiful thing, just to be, cross training. And you
Yeah,
know, I'm not a super duper fan of the crossover fights, but if they training in camp and can help each other out, that's dope. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Dope.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, that's all I got on this man. But you have a final thought, P, before you want to roll out on this one? Any other thing in boxing that's going on? We don't have two. Do we have any fights going on this weekend?
Nothing, bro.
For sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. P, well, another good episode, man. Before we roll out, just let everybody know where they can follow you at. Take us on.
Y'all, y'all can follow me at Loud Pack Boxing on IG. You can check me out at Loud Pack Boxing One on YouTube, and you can check both of us out at the Jab Effect on IG and the Jab Effect on Facebook.
Yep. All right, and you can follow me on YouTube at Combo Breaker 99 and check this show out, Jab Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and TunedIn. And yeah, got over 100 some episodes there. Y'all go back and check them. Like I said, yeah, like P said, we've been talking about this fight forever. So you can hear the evolution on, where it was and where it is now,
Mm-hmm.
where
Yeah,
it
that's a good
is
point.
still up in the air. But yeah, we'll catch y'all on the next one though. Like always, I'm Combo Breaker 99,
It's your boy Boxing P.
and we out y'all later.
Later.